All right. Hello. Welcome to Jump Cuts, a special edition live from New York City. I'm Tanner Richard Kraft, and who is literally sitting next to me today?
I am James the Nerd.
James is a very good friend. James is a very good friend of mine, and he has gracefully agreed to. He is writing something down. I don't know what, but he has gracefully agreed to. Wait, what are you doing? Okay, I don't know what the hell he's doing, but this is live from New York. For those listening, he's putting up an Ann Tanner sign next to his little personalized James the Nerd thing. But yes, it's another episode of Jump Cuts. Today is Friday, December 27th, 2024. And we are coming at you with the latest and greatest in movie news. James has promised to be more behaved than the last time he was on Jump Cuts. Isn't that right?
I took my medication today.
Yeah, so did I. So this should be a much better, smoother sail.
Yeah.
We're live from New York. We're right next to each other. It should be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for tuning in. And let's get right into the news. Starting off with some news that actually dropped like maybe 3-4 hours ago. The Batman sequel, which is no longer called The Batman Part 2, has been, the script is finished, and it's been delayed to 2027.
When was the first one?
2022.
That's crazy.
So like a full 5-year gap. That's the same gap as... No, that's a shorter gap than Doctor Strange movies.
Well, yeah. Well, how long was the gap between Dark Knight and Begins? 2005?
That would have been 3 years. 2005 to 08. The Dark Knight came out in 08.
Right.
And then Dark Knight to Dark Knight Rises was 08 to 2012.
Okay.
So, obviously, it's a bit of a bummer that a sequel to a movie I really loved is being delayed. But it'll happen when it happens. There are some rumors swirling around that Matt Reeves has a, quote, very good reason for this to have taken so long. I've heard reasonings ranging from it was some kind of personal issue, and though I don't put much stock in it, there are rumors beyond that fake screenshot you showed me. There are rumors that the Batman mythology, like this solo universe Batman mythology, might be reworked to be a part of James Gunn's upcoming DCU.
I hope not.
I'm not super down with that either, but at the same time, we'll talk more about that Superman trailer later. But it would be kind of cool to see David Cornsweet and Robert Pattinson interact. I think they're because the strength. Yeah, they should kiss. The strength of the world's finest dynamic to me is when they are very different, when the contrast is strong. And I from what I've seen of David Cornsweet and James Gunn's Superman, I think the contrast between him and Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves' Batman would be very interesting.
Yeah, but I don't want it. James doesn't want it, so we can't do it.
Thank you, James. Incredibly insightful commentary. God bless you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Well, I
don't want it. He's laughing, folks. Or having a heart attack. I don't
either
know.
one. No. Like I don't. I would love a fresh like comic booky take that's like more. I feel like, especially with having crypto in Superman, I feel like that's more of a push to go comic booky, but make it grounded. I really want that in Batman. Like I want him to have like all these different kinds of suits. I want him to have all these different crazy things. Like I want it to work in a comic book world.
You don't want the Batman that Superman interacts with to be this really grounded one. Is that more what you're saying? Because I thought you would be approaching it from, I don't want to see Matt Reeves as Batman interact with his silliness.
No, I don't care about that. I like the silliness.
Okay.
I just don't like. I like the world that they built for Batman before this all started with James Gunn, and I feel like it cripples them to what they're able to do with the universe if they have to make a match what he does.
I'm of two minds about this. At the same time, I don't want them to cripple his vision. But on the other hand,
Thanos did that.
What? No, he killed Vision. But obviously, I'm of two minds about this. Like I said, I would prefer. On the one hand, I would like it to stay this grounded thing that it is. On the other hand, I think part of, again, what makes Batman and World's Finest as a concept work in general, I think what makes that work is how different it is, how grounded Batman is,
Yes.
so to say. And how much that groundedness contrasts with the otherworldliness of Superman.
Yes.
Am I talking you into this now? I don't.
I understand where you're coming from.
Okay. It could go either way. Again,
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. I just hope that the DCU's Batman movie is not directed by Andy Muschietti. Not that I dislike his work. I actually liked the Flash movie that came out last year. I liked it fine. I don't do this, but I liked it fine. I liked it fine, but
I liked it up until the third act.
See, I liked the third act for the most part, with the exception of that ghoulish fucking let's resurrect all these dead people that added nothing, by the way. Like, I like, oh yeah, cool, Nicolas Cage Superman, which, by the way, means fucking nothing to people other than people like you and me.
Yeah.
That means nothing to people. Most people are watching that movie and they're just going, why the hell is Nicolas Cage here?
Yeah.
Like, that ghoulish montage that adds nothing to the movie, I generally liked it aside from that. But I don't want to see him do Batman. I think Andy Muschietti is a good director. I don't want to see him do Batman. But he's currently slated to do the DCU's Batman movie. So,
I mean, he did the 8 movies, right?
I know for a fact he directed the first one. I think he directed the second one too.
Okay. He did both. If he did one, he did both. I know the same director did both.
Oh, it was the same director? Yeah. Okay. It was a different director attached to the first one that still had a writing credit. That's what I'm thinking of.
Sure.
Yeah, but the Batman 2 being delayed, bummer, but, movies.
Movies, am I right?
Movies, am I right? Movies, they're, especially a movie like The Batman, it's an adaptation. There's a lot of great movies that are adaptations.
Here we go.
And, adapting great stories. And really, the Batman takes a lot of its lineage from Greek stories. And it's funny to bring up Greek stories and adaptations, considering that Christopher Nolan's next film is set to be an adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey. Now, James, there's been some discourse about The Odyssey on Twitter the last couple of days. So for the love of God, I have to ask you a question. Please tell me you knew what The Odyssey was before this was announced.
I read it in high school.
Right? There were a bunch of people on Twitter that were like, what the hell is it? Well, I don't remember it that great either.
I just know it's a book.
It's a good book. It's a great book. It's a fundamental text that I thought everyone was taught at school at some point. But a lot of people this last week is like, I don't know what The Odyssey is. And that's mind-blowing to me. Like, I'm not even saying you have to understand the details of it that well, but for the love of God, you have to have heard of it. It is one of the most fundamental texts in the history of mankind.
Neither of us saw Squid Game yet. Someone's asking about Squid Game.
Yeah, I know who's asking about Squid Game.
Yeah.
I have never. Also, I didn't watch the first season.
I'm going to watch it. I just don't have Netflix.
Did you watch the first season?
Oh, I loved it.
I don't.
It felt like a new age Saw. Before Saw X, that was the closest thing we were getting.
What?
It felt. If you watched it, you'd understand. There's a couple twists in it.
Well, now I've been sold on Squid Games.
Yeah, dude. It felt, when I was watching it, it very much was like somebody went, I want to make Saw, but into a game show.
Right. Well, not the point of the story, and that's a TV show. We're talking about, thanks for the sub, Little Linguini, aka Bennett. I know who you are. We're talking about The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan doing a swords and sandals type movie. An old-timey fantasy movie.
Somebody say swords?
Don't grab it.
No, I won't.
But a swords and sandal type movie. That's very new for Christopher Nolan, who usually does a lot of sci-fi stuff.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I am very excited to see him tackle fantasy.
Honestly, I feel like that's something he could excel in, because science 100%. And fantasy are intertwined.
Oh, they're very similar, and I'm very excited to see what he does with this.
Yeah.
And with this stacked cast, here, let me pull up the link here so I can get this cast correct. But, just off the bat, I know it's Tom Holland, I know it's Tom Holland. I know it's Matt Damon, but you also got Charlize Theron, Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, and Lupita Nyong'o. Um, that's an incredibly stacked cast, and I'm really curious about who might be playing who. Um, you don't know much about the story, and honestly, I don't remember the story that well.
No.
But I think a lot of people are speculating that Matt Damon is going to play Odysseus,
Probably
the titular character. Some people are worried it's going to be Tom Holland. I think Tom Holland's too young to play Odysseus, unless they're doing a thing where Tom Holland plays him near the beginning of the story when he's younger, and then Matt Damon plays older him.
Maybe he always does. I always notice he doesn't cast like younger. Well, the only time he did was Inception, really, with
that young, handsome fellow, Leonardo DiCaprio. No, you mean Elliot Page?
Yeah, Elliot Page.
Yeah, Elliot Page was really young then. Yeah, I guess he usually does cast from his like little. Well, Katie Holmes was young in Batman Begins. Rachel, the actress that played Rachel. Rachel!
I have a coworker, Rachel, and that's the only way I will address her. By screaming.
That's great. I hope you do that at work in front of people.
Oh yeah, Rachel.
It's New York City.
New York City. Well, that's funny because I'm in New Jersey.
I'm trying to not dox you.
Oh! It's well known. I'm a fake New Yorker.
His address is no. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Christopher Nolan does here. He's doing after doing Oppenheimer and making a movie that grossed $900 million and won Best Picture at the Oscars and Best Director and Best Lead Actor. And he basically had a blank check to do whatever the hell he wanted. I'm really curious to see what he does with the
Odyssey. Right. Going off for Oppenheimer, I didn't even think about that. His first, big, do whatever you want, Chris. We love you. Yeah, please, get us money.
And he's had basically a blank check forever, for the record. The whole reason he was able to get $100 million to make a partially black and white 3-hour movie about Joshua Oppenheimer, or not Joshua Oppenheimer, Robert Oppenheimer. Yep. Joshua Oppenheimer is the director. About Robert Oppenheimer is in parts because...
And Amanda Oppenheimer is my friend.
Yeah, no, but Robert Oppenheimer had... Chris Nolan had a close to blank check. Now he has an even more blank check. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's not even printed.
Yeah, it's literally like, here's whatever... Nolan, do whatever you want. Even more so than normal. So the fact that he's doing this is really cool. And especially because after Nolan got Cillian Murphy that Oscar, which is really cool, because Cillian Murphy, I think he first broke through in the movie 28 Days Later. That was like his big mainstream breakout hit.
I've been waiting for a sequel. I hope they do one.
Oh, buddy, I have some great news. There was a movie called 28 Weeks Later that came out like 15 years ago.
What was there?
Wait, did you actually not know that?
No.
Yeah, there is a sequel to 28 Days Later already.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. But we're getting another sequel from the original writer and director called 28 Years Later. The trailer for it dropped a couple weeks ago. And
people thought Cillian Murphy was in the trailer.
Yeah, well, everyone thought that was him. And then it was just some fashion model who apparently just looks like that.
Yeah.
He's a very skinny man. He looks borderline malnourished. I still imagine, even if his ribs... I imagine there was some makeup to accentuate it more. Okay. So this might be good little... What did you think of the trailer? How about you? You tell us what you thought of the trailer first.
So I watched 28 Days Later, probably 28 years ago.
Interesting. Okay.
I was like in the womb.
That's... that movie came out in 2004, 3?
Yeah, I probably saw it. Probably 2006-ish.
Okay.
I saw it on TV once.
It was a while ago.
Yes. I don't remember how it went. I didn't know it was a zombie movie.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember at the time, I'm like, oh, that was cool. And then I moved on with my life. Because I was like 10.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to rewatch it because watching the trailer for this new one got... What are you drinking?
What do you mean, what am I drinking? This is also an audio show, please, James. Remember that.
They hear me cracking a nice cold can of Brisk, which is... we're trying to get sponsored around here.
Well, he's trying to get sponsored. I have no... Brisk doesn't have to
drink the
sponsor
fucking
me.
Brisk.
Are you kidding me? You want me to drink this right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Audience that's listening to this audio podcast, I'm drinking Brisk for the first time. Tastes interesting. Um. Anyway, what the fuck am I talking about? 28 years later. Thank you. The trailer dropped. What did you think of the trailer? I'm sorry, you didn't even answer that.
Oh yeah. I thought it was good. Chat is correct. Briscoe's hard. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I felt it kind of like. I mean, I also liked what was the Quiet movie?
A Quiet Place?
Yes. I like that. It's like a new age type of like monster horror type of survival movie.
Okay.
I like the vibe that 28 years later is putting down for it. I really enjoyed the trailer. I only watched it halfway through because this is a movie that I'm like, okay, I want to see this. I don't want to know much. I don't normally watch trailers. I don't normally watch movies. I used to see almost every movie that was in theaters at all times, and now I haven't seen anything really. I saw Y2K. That was about it.
Yeah, Y2K was great.
Right.
This is a fine trailer. I don't know if I love that this movie exists. First off, I think doing a sequel in the first place kind of ruins the optimistic tone of the first movie a little bit. The optimistic ending, rather.
Right.
The movie's very dreadful, obviously, but the ending kind of ends on a slightly optimistic note.
Which one? Years or weeks or months?
28 days later.
Yeah, sure.
28 weeks later is fine, but that movie's existence also kind of has the same problem that I'm having with this one, which is that it kind of ruins the quote-unquote optimistic ending of the first one. I think it looks too clean, the movie.
Yeah.
They shot this on an iPhone with like a $40,000 rig, so they effectively shot it on a real cinema camera.
Oh yeah, I love they shot it on an iPhone, and it's like the biggest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, and it's also an iPhone that has like software that you can't access.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so you made it into a real film camera. Okay.
Yeah, great, awesome, I guess. Part of what I love about the first 28 days later is how this is gonna sound weird. How shitty it looks. They shot it on a shitty camcorder from the era.
That's sick.
Yeah, and that dirtiness, that grittiness adds to it.
Yeah.
So there's that. I don't like how I wish it looked shitty. I don't know if I really want this movie in the first place. I don't know if we really needed another one of these movies. It looks fine. And at the end of the day, what's probably going to happen, James, is I'm probably going to sit down in a theater and watch it because I watch basically every movie.
You do.
I'm going to sit down in a theater and watch it. I'm ultimately going to like it, and I'm going to forget I ever had these problems. It's probably what's going to happen.
You're probably going to enjoy it. You're going to leave the theater and be like, yeah. Cool.
The trailer looks good. I see that some members of the chat are excited for 28 years later. It's probably going to be good. I don't really think Danny Boyle has made a movie I dislike. It's just interesting. It's been a while since the last Danny Boyle movie.
List me a couple.
Danny Boyle, Sunshine. 28 Days Later.
Sunshine.
What do you mean Sunshine? The movie where they restart the sun.
Okay.
28 Days Later. Danny Boyle directed Train Spotting.
And he did the original.
Spotting. Yeah, he did the original 28 Days Later.
And now he's coming back to do this one.
Yeah.
He didn't do the sequel.
No, he didn't do the sequel.
Okay, I felt all faith in this. When they do that, you normally smash.
Usually, he did Train Spotting. And this is his first movie in over 5 years. His last movie was from 2019. It was a movie called Yesterday. Do you know that one? Where the Beatles.
No.
I love that movie.
Where the guy that played Rumpelstiltskin on Once Upon a Time played John Lennon. Yeah, good times.
What?
Deep cut.
Stop referencing TV shows. I don't watch TV. Yeah, I guess that one. I like that movie. But this is his first movie since then, and it's been a while. So I hope it's good. Yeah. And
I hope every movie is good. It's just fun when they're not, because you can make fun of them.
Or it's the same. I hope every movie is good, but remember, I remember pretty much it when they returned for that one time only summer show episode, and Eric said he hoped the Wonder Woman movie sucked because that way DC would learn their lesson. Just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while since Danny Boyle made a movie. And similarly, Danny Boyle's last movie was in 2019, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the last time that Chris Evans played Captain America in a Marvel movie was 2019.
The last time he had a successful job was 2019.
Knives Out?
No, well, I tried.
Knives Out was that same year.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I would love to say it was the joke doesn't work as great because Chris Evans was in a Marvel movie this year. But Chris Evans is set towards his turn in Avengers Doomsday. But interestingly, we don't know who he's playing.
Peggy Carter.
No, but they announced that she's coming back.
She's gonna play Captain America.
Why?
They're gonna
gender swap him?
No, she's playing Steve Rogers and he's playing Peggy Carter. Just as plain as simple. He's gonna wear a dress.
This joke sucks. Yeah. Anyway, this is obviously off the heels of the news that Rabbit Dad just gonna play Doctor Doom.
I don't like it.
Still watch the movie.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it probably twice.
You'll still probably like it.
Depends. I hope I do. Then again, the Russos are back. I feel like they're gonna put as much. Here's the thing. Do you think they watched a single one of these movies? No. They definitely got cliff notes on the other movies leading up to Endgame and stuff, and like what they need to connect this and that. They haven't even been a part of the process. They just got them back for this, just to try to help save it at the very end and make it end in a good note, and then move on to the next thing.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I'm hopeful for it. I want it to be good. I hope Secret Wars is everything I can imagine. It's just going to be a whole bunch of nostalgia fest. I'm imagining like every superhero we've ever seen in Marvel put out.
Here's what I'm imagining.
20 years.
The movie could fucking suck, but if Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine say something to each other, I'm going to cry and shit my pants.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, see, they had me by the balls, folks.
I want to see a scene where the OGs all team up in like a small Avengers scene.
Do you want it? I didn't know you were still hungry. Sorry. Anyway,
that's a secret Cap. I'm always
speaking
of which,
who's he playing?
Who's he playing?
Is he going to play Cap again? Captain Hydra?
Well, he's probably playing Cap and someone else. Because if they have him back to play a cameo, they're going to have Cap come in.
I think he should be a villain.
I think
fuck it. Magneto.
I think he should just play old Cap and fucking die.
Finally?
Yeah.
He's playing Joe Biden.
Well, he already did. He looks so much like Joe Biden. As
folks, I've been briefed on the Thanos situation. Real bad guy. Reminds me of, Saddam Hussein and the economy.
My favorite is Dana Carvey's version of him.
Yeah.
Folks, listen, big deal. And listen, what was I? Plays him as a dementia-ridden old man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious to see who Chris Evans is playing other than Captain America.
Because Robert Downey Jr. is going to play another version of Iron Man too if he's in the movie already.
I'm confident of that. So, what is that going to look like? I don't know, but I'm curious to find out.
Probably Johnny Storm too.
Probably.
I mean, not spoilers, but heavy predictions for a Fantastic Four movie.
I don't want to hear what I actually do not want to hear this.
You know.
I know. I don't want to hear it again. I'm trying to forget.
Okay.
God damn it.
Well, like I said before, I feel like you're going to bring back a lot of old nostalgia people.
I know.
Yep.
And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's for good. That's for the better good. And it's funny to bring up for good.
Oh, that is pretty funny.
Because Wicked Part 2 has been retitled Wicked for Good. I regret to inform everyone I loved Wicked.
Yeah, I loved it.
Did you cry? Of course I cried.
Oh, that's a dumb question, yeah.
Despite how it looked actually mostly worked for me. The trailer seemed to be consist entirely of the worst looking shots of the movie.
Yeah, they could have bumped the saturation by like 10 points and it could have been a little bit better.
It looks a lot better in 3D. I got to see it in 3D the second time I watched it. The foreground background contrast is fantastic. It helps.
Sure.
And it's good we say fantastic because I noticed Tim Sullivan in the chat saying that bringing back Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans is bad, but getting Ralph Ineson as Galactus is going to get him to watch the Fantastic Four movie.
I am excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. And I'm excited for the next Wicked movie. I'll show you later. There are a couple of shots. Maybe I won't show you, but there were like 4 shots in the Super Bowl trailer I identified that were not in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
That were probably, obviously, from Wicked Part 2.
Yeah.
The big one being, I don't know if you've seen the Wicked trailer. Yeah. The shot of Dorothy Dorothy and the gang meeting the wizard. That obviously isn't in the movie. Yeah. So
that's part 2.
It's going to be in Part 2 or for good. And it's for the best that they call it Wicked for Good. In recent years, we've seen that officially calling movies part one and part two seem to not do great. So probably just for the
That's
best.
why they didn't advertise it as a part one and part two.
Yeah,
they didn't even talk about it in the.
But you know, it's going to piss me off
marketing
now when I watch the movie. When I watch these movies back to back, and the first one says part one, and the second one says for good.
Oh yeah. Well, they'll probably do the same thing in the movie and put Wicked Part 2 in the movie.
Well, maybe that'll be fine. But I don't know. It's for good, and you know, you're not going to lose that. You know, the way to lose the part one, part two distinction is if you just don't publicly name it part one and part two.
Yeah.
So far, only the Harry Potter movies were able to get away with that, and that is all I am saying about the Harry Potter movies, because I'm not getting into that.
No, you would sound like a psycho.
Yeah, I would sound like a psycho, and thank God for you bringing that up, because Austin Butler is poised to star as the titular character of Psycho, Patrick Bateman, and Luca Guadagnino.
Yep.
Luca.
Yes.
He made Challengers,
Yes.
American Psycho, not a remake, but another adaptation of the book. Have you seen American Psycho?
I listened to Fall Out Boy. Yes.
Have you seen the movie American Psycho?
No.
Me neither.
Fall Out Boy.
Everyone makes fun of it. American Psycho is a major blind spot for me. I like Luca's work. I think Austin Butler's a good actor, and I'm curious.
Yeah, I have somebody in my chat saying back to Wicked for a quick second. Sorry, we finish your thought.
I forgot my thought now.
Cool, perfect. Thanks, Deke. Thanks a lot. They said that it would be a nightmare collecting DVDs with the two different names.
Oh, I know, God.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, the
Wicked.
Wicked movie itself, like what they put in the marketing, it's just Wicked.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin Butler's a good actor. He would probably do a good Patrick Bateman.
I like that. Yeah, especially after Dune 2. You're right, Tim. Yeah, I saw one scene of him acting like a freakazoid weirdo.
Yeah, did you not see Dune?
I don't care.
Have you not read Dune? Do you read like books?
My daddy never taught me how to read.
No. Okay.
Probably because
yeah.
he can't read either.
Yeah, Tim
Thanks,
Sullivan's
Ralph.
great in the chat. You know, Austin Butler is Patrick Bateman, especially after Dune 2 is great. Butler definitely has a subtle psychotic energy to him, which is necessary for the character of Patrick Bateman, from what I understand. So he'll be great for that.
I've seen a lot of scenes from American Psycho. So.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Austin Butler will be super as Patrick Bateman.
I don't think we need it, though. I don't need it. It's a classic movie. Why are you remaking it?
I don't know, because you can.
You're right.
But because it'll be super. Just like a friend I know, Superman, the trailer dropped.
I'm so excited.
I'm so fucking. This is my most anticipated movie of next year.
When I was a kid, Superman, as every kid is, every kid loves Superman. But Superman was always my favorite, right next to Spider-Man. I always loved the two worlds. I love Batman's villains, and then it just evolved as the Marvel movies came out. I just gravitated more towards Spider-Man in that world of lineage. But Superman, I loved. Okay, I'm about to go on a Superman.
Go ahead.
I love Superman, and I grew up with almost no Superman. My first real Superman movie was actually Brandon Routh.
Superman Returns. Yeah, that was the first one I watched as a kid too.
I didn't like it, but he's my
wrong. Superman Returns. Remember when he who shut down being Lex Luthor? Remember that when he just yells wrong?
I think I just shit myself.
Do you get the reference though?
I do now.
Okay.
And then he did the Netflix knock. Yes. Yeah. Jesus Christ, Tanner.
We're not naming him. We're not naming him. He's a bad man. The actor who played Lex Luthor in Superman Returns, bad guy. His name is James the Nerd.
I love Brandon Routh as Superman.
He's great.
When he came back in Crisis of Infinite Earths, I love the Arrowverse shows to a point. I watched the majority of them, and then the Flash and the crossovers. I loved him coming back because you really saw that he had a chance to play Superman like as he was supposed to.
Right,
Like,
right,
it
right,
was
right,
the
right, right.
equivalent for me of Andrew Garfield coming back to redeem himself as Spider-Man.
Right. Get to the point.
Seeing him play that, I thought he was perfect. I like the tone and the vibe that they're going for with the Superman.
100%.
I'm really excited to see like I never liked Cavill. Like I never liked that whole universe.
I liked Man of Steel. I liked Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yes, I did like his Justice League.
And I liked his first Superman movie.
Yeah. I liked Ben Affleck's Batman. Like that, but the universe was just screwed to me. I never liked it.
And it's good to get a fresh start here.
Yes. I'm very
relatively
excited.
fresh start considering I like stuff from the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker.
Yes. Everyone has a definitive of a superhero. I never had a definitive besides like Brandon Ralph. I never really considered like, oh, my Superman. I never had a Superman.
Did you never watch did you not watch the Christopher Reeve movies?
I did, but it's like I didn't grow up.
I get it's before your time.
Yeah. But I'm saying like I grew up and like that was Superman, but I have no one like I look at Tobey Maguire and that is Spider-Man. I don't have one.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So I'm excited for that. I think he looks the part. Suit could be a little bit better, but I love it.
I like the suit.
Yeah. I saw one where they smoothed out the lines on it and it looked perfect. But it's fine.
So for me, my favorite superhero is obviously Spider-Man. But my second favorite, can you tell? But my second favorite superhero after that is Superman.
Yeah.
And it's for diametrically opposed reasons, right? Spider-Man I like because of honestly how relatable he is. Mm-hmm. How at the end of the day it truly could be anyone behind the mask. Yeah. And how much he embodies that and how much he embodies, the responsibility and almost like the burden, but also the gift that the responsibility is.
How much as if it's his mantra.
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility, yada, yada, yada. But I love him because of how relatable he is, right? Superman, on the other hand, I love Superman because of how aspirational he is. Superman, to me, is at its best when he is the ultimate embodiment of hope. Yes. Superman, to me, is at its best when he is the hero that the other heroes look up to, that they need. When he is the champion for us all. Yeah. That's when Superman works at his best.
I liked him. I like in the animated series, they kind of shifted towards Batman once he became more popular in media. But right. I love Superman as leader of the Justice League.
No, same. Yeah. Superman is at his best when he's
a leader. Batman is like a brain.
When he is the top of the mountain. Yes. That is when Superman is at his best. And everything I saw in this trailer indicated that. Specifically for me personally, every time I watch, and I watch this trailer a lot because I love the trailer.
I watched a couple times.
There's a moment halfway through, you start hearing this little, there's a shot of Lex Luthor, and you just hear this voice go, "Superman." You're wondering what that's about. Yeah. And then you cut to this like war zone, and there's this kid with a flagpole. You cut to the flag, and you realize it's a Superman flag. And then you cut to the close up of the kid, and he's just sitting there, almost like he's praying. And he just says, "Superman." Makes me cry every time. I'm crying right now just thinking about it.
Jesus.
But that's Superman.
Yeah.
That is Superman. That is nailed it. If the entire movie can maintain that, it feels like that, it's probably gonna be my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah, I have a feeling it releases at the same time as Fantastic Four.
Right? There's like in July of next year, there's Superman, Fantastic Four, and another Jurassic World movie. This is a true story. Tim M. Sullivan in the chat talks about how when he rented the theater out to screen Sonic 3.
Crazy.
Tanner, Joe, I had Joe play the Superman trailer again after the movie ended. It played before the movie, obviously. It was one of the trailers attached to it. Yeah. And then Joe brought up how he could play it again. And I said, well, can you? And he did. I got to watch it twice in theaters that day, which was fun. I'm really excited for this. That is Fantastic Four. We're not talking about Fantastic Four. But that is great. I love that. And it's funny we bring up Sonic. Because the next piece of news was that actually from the same day that this story happened, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is happening. Have you seen any of these movies?
I was supposed to.
Yeah, I know. If you want to watch the first two, I have some audio files that might enhance the experience for you. Yeah, the commentary tracks. Tim and I did commentary tracks for the first two Sonic movies. Subscribe to the $5 tier on $5 tier on Patreon.
Where?
Patreon.
Oh!
I've said Patreon like 3 times.
It was for the audience, not for me.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're interrupting me saying Patreon.
Yes.
I'm just gonna harder. No. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is coming out. I'm excited for it. I'm not going to really talk about where I think this movie is going based off of the mid-credit scene because I don't want to say any explicit spoilers on this show. But probably going to be good.
Jim Carrey's not going to be in it.
No, probably not. Probably not.
I didn't see this movie. I don't know how anything happens. I don't know if
anything happens. Probably
He's
not.
Gonna be in it.
Probably not. I mean, he wasn't the last one, but who knows? But it's fine that Jim Carrey's not in it. Maybe they can cast someone else in a different role for the villain. Perhaps they could cast someone like Jeremy Allen White. It's funny to bring up Jeremy. Yeah, girls like him, and it's funny to bring up Jeremy Allen White because he was recently cast in The Mandalorian Grogu, a movie that has wrapped filming.
I can't believe he plays adult Grogu.
And is releasing May 2026. He doesn't play adult Grogu. He plays the adult version of Jabba the Hutt's son from the shitty animated Clone Wars movie.
Is it serious?
Yes, I'm being dead serious.
Oh. I was trying to make a goof, and I thought you were trying to up-goof my goof.
No, that's actually who he's playing.
Oh.
He's playing Rada the Hutt. Do you not click on the links in the news story? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he's playing Fuck you. He's playing Rada the Hutt.
Yeah. I'm sure Tima has something.
This movie's gonna suck. I'm sure
Tima would have something to say about this, but he also doesn't care about actors.
I didn't
be like, yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I didn't care much for the last season of The Mandalorian. Tim, who is in the chat, will know all about that. Like Skeleton Crew, which we're doing a vidcast series on right now, is the first Star Wars thing in a while I've been interested in.
The Daniels.
Yeah, they directed an episode of the Skeleton Crew. Yeah. I think you'd like it.
I was going to watch it for the Daniels. Just watch it and then probably stop watching after that episode.
The best episode is the one after the Daniels, though.
All right.
Anyway.
Do you have to know previous lore about it?
No.
It's not a spin-off or anything. It's like its original.
It's like, well, you need to know what a Star Wars is, which I assume you do.
Yeah.
So
it's like when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie got divorced. Star Wars.
That's fucking horrible, man. Keep your day job. That kid we met today is like 20 times funnier than you.
No. Shout out them, by the way, if they're watching it all.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so apparently, according to Tim Sullivan, I'm directly responsible for this casting news. I called for the return of Rada the Hutt on the vidcast, and then I watched The Bear and the Iron Claw, which he's a part of both.
Was that real?
Was it the Book of Boba Fett vidcast where I talked about how they should bring Rada back? Because if so, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry I did that. Dude. I didn't think my words had that kind of power.
Dude, that puts me in so much pain.
For the record, The Bear and the Iron Claw. Like, I watched those a while after I called for Rada.
This pains me.
Why? Oh, okay. You're setting me up for... well, if you had a condition called CIPA, CIPA, which is a condition where you don't feel pain.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be feeling pain right now.
Or
you would be the main character of the next Jack Quaid movie, Novocaine, which is a movie about a guy that needs to save his girlfriend. It's like it's a John Wick action movie type silly thing, except the gimmick being the main character doesn't feel pain.
Isn't that Kick-Ass?
He was born with it, though.
Okay.
Kick-Ass had to get his ass kicked before he could become Kick-Ass.
Okay.
You watch the trailer?
This is the one I missed.
I told you there
was going to be one I missed.
This is the one I needed you to watch the most, I think, because this is the one that would benefit from a conversation the most.
Well, I'm intrigued in this, so I didn't want to see a trailer. I heard about this. Silly boy. I'm excited for this.
I think it looks great. The gags they have, there's a gag in the trailer where he has to pretend to be feeling pain, which is really funny.
It's like a comedy type of thing?
It's a comedy action. It's action comedy.
Okay.
It's an action comedy. It looks really good. I think it looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited to check it out when it comes out.
Yeah. I was expecting by reading the description of everything that it would be kind of a kick-ass style vibe, like in my head.
A little bit. It's not.
But I'm saying hearing that it's more comedy driven action. I'm kind of I like Jack Wade. I like him.
He's great. Oh, and
I love him in Scream.
That he's nailing it. He's nailing it in this trailer. He kind of he's. There's a pocket that there's a pocket that the tone needs to be in, and I think he's found that pocket.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see that, and I'm also excited to see the Clayface movie officially underway at DC Studio. The DC Uterus. DC Studios. DC Uterus is what you call when you get pregnant in Washington D.C. Anyway, Clayface
Bill
movie.
Clinton looking ass.
You could have picked any president.
Well, he's the one who would probably get somebody pregnant first.
Yeah, but it'd be funnier if you said Jimmy Carter.
I want to see Jimmy Carter pregnant fan art.
You want to see Jim? Why'd you say that? The Clayface movie is underway at DC Studios with Mike Flanagan writing.
I'm thrilled. I loved
Haunting on Hill House.
Haunting a Hill House.
Haunting Hill House. Yeah.
I love that. I think it was one of the smartest horror things in a very long time. I loved it. If he applies the ingenuity and stuff from that into making a Clayface movie that's kind of like a I don't want to say grimy, like make it feel like I want to feel bad for him, but I also want to feel kind of like a uneasy feeling with if they want to dive into the character. I want it to be like an uneasy, like change the mythos a little bit, maybe make it something that he like maybe he's messed up in the face or something like because they're gonna make it a human character. It's not gonna be fully CG obviously the whole time like it's supposed to be. It's gonna be a dude that can just shapeshift probably or something. Or it'll be straightforward and be like a comic where he just kind of makes different faces or whatever. Like it'll be more realistic. Maybe it won't be a giant clay monster. But I'm hoping we get a giant clay monster.
I hope he's a failed actor, pitiful alcoholic that falls into like a vat of radioactive clay.
Isn't that just...
Well, I made up the radioactive clay bit.
Yeah, but that's just Joker, right? He was a failed comedian that fell into...
No, Clayface is an actor.
Oh, I thought you were making a Joker joke, but you were... Yeah.
No.
I don't know much about his origins. I just know him from the
one of the Clayfaces was an actor. There's like 3 Clayfaces. 3 different Clayfaces in the comics, I think. Or there was like 3 different popular origin stories for Clayface. I'm not sure. Mike Flanagan's good. This is probably going to be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for him.
Yeah. And you know what else I'm excited for? I'm excited to die.
Dude.
Which is great because the day the Earth blew up is happening soon. AKA the first theatrically released Looney Tunes movie since Looney Tunes Back in Action
shoot.
Is coming out the day the Earth blew up.
This already leaked, didn't it?
The whole movie?
Yeah.
No, there were like some SpongeBob movies that leaked recently, but
I remember I watched like the 20 minutes of a Looney Tunes movie that was supposed to come out soon that leaked.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
You might be confusing it with something else. I do not think the day the Earth blew up leaked.
Okay.
Do you watch the trailer? Motherfucker, you told me you watched all but one. You told me you watched all but one.
Because I watched part of the movie.
I don't think you did. I think you're misremembering.
I promise you I didn't. I liked what I saw. I was supposed to come out next year.
Okay, what happens in the movie you saw?
I don't want to give anything away. It was just like a goofy... I saw a scene between... it was... what's his name? Wile E. Coyote. I saw a scene with him.
I'm Googling the day the Earth blew up leaked. What charged my bank account? Why is there a charge on my bank account? Oh, never mind. That was expected.
All right. Yeah, see, it's out there. See? It leaked. Because what I was going to say was I saw a scene of Wile E. Coyote that I was like, that Wile E. Coyote movie that should have come out.
Acme versus whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's out there.
Keep talking. This is
So
people listen to
I'm
this.
currently in real time proving Tanner wrong.
Okay, well,
I saw some of this movie
Still-
and I enjoyed it.
next time, watch the fucking trailers.
I watched part of the movie. I didn't need to.
The next two trailers I'm going to bring up, you're going to say, "Oh, well, when I ask you, because we're not talking about the movie.
No, the
we're
next ones I all saw.
We're going to talk about the trailer.
Okay.
So watch the trailer. Good God, man. You're killing me.
Well, I wanted to include a part of
I watched
it.
every trailer but one.
Because I
lied to my face.
I watched the actual
I asked how many trailers you watched. You said you watched all but one.
I counted watching the actual movie as watching the trailer.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
Dude, you don't seem very happy.
I'm going to kill you. I gave you explicit instructions. Okay.
Well, I skipped one. Never mind.
That's fun. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Okay. Well, we have to shift gears then.
Yeah.
Similar to how the studio behind the Paddington movies is shifting their strategy for the next Paddington movie. Originally, I think it was supposed to come out in January.
Yeah.
But now it's coming out on Valentine's Day, which means I won't be able to see it that weekend. I will be busy filming something that weekend.
Yeah.
But
he has a special date with Paddington. He has to film
I'm making a porno
with Paddington.
With him in a Paddington suit. Yeah.
Peggy
Have you
Carter
seen the
looking
Paddington
ass.
movies?
I know he looks like Peggy Carter.
Have you seen the Paddington movies?
I've seen one.
Which one?
Years ago, the very first one. I don't remember anything.
Okay. They're good.
Yeah.
Paddington 2 is amazing.
I know Joey likes them.
As Pedro Pascal in the Nicolas Cage movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent says, Paddington 2 is the greatest fucking movie ever made.
Okay.
It's very good. Paddington 2 was great. For the longest time, it had the highest rating on Rotten Tomatoes ever. Until someone finally gave it a negative review. But
that was me.
Yeah, you're not a critic. You can't be. Critics watch movies.
Facts.
You watch like 7 movies a year. If even.
No.
You watch 5 movies a year.
And 3 of them are Spider-Man re-releases.
Yeah. You were in the theater for all of them or just the Toby ones?
Just Toby and No Way Home.
I was in the theater for every single one.
Yeah. I wanted to, but couldn't afford it, so I decided to do Toby.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm excited to see the next Paddington movie. Would probably be a good Valentine's Day date movie.
That'll probably make a girl really happy.
Yeah, no, that'd probably be good. And you know what else makes me happy?
The Drake Bell song?
Isn't that guy convicted of doing like...
We're in gray territory here.
Okay. Happy Gilmore 2. We have a little teaser trailer. You watched this, right?
Yeah.
Thank God. When you hesitated for a moment, I was this close to choking you. I was this close to going, I'm doing it. That's it. Great job.
Well,
great job.
My Instagram live is just gonna stare at the ceiling now.
That's fine. You're not gonna pick it up.
Nope.
Okay. Whatever. Looks fine. I'm excited for Happy Gilmore 2. I think it's gonna be it might be a funny movie.
I think Adam Sandler is utter trash unless he's in a serious role. I don't like any of his movies at all. Yeah. Well. So Uncut Gems is a banger. It's a banger. I think all of his movies consist of fart jokes and the same things just to get his friends on vacation. He actually walked out of my apartment. I should lock him. But I just don't like him as a comedian. Like I don't know. I loved him in his serious roles. There was one movie he did with I think Jennifer Aniston that was pretty serious. I love him as a person, as an actor, or as a comedian. I don't like his movies. I think they're all shticky and they're all the same. But I love that people love this.
This guy's a fucking idiot. Adam Sandler movies, a lot of them are great. They're gold, even. The Golden Globes have announced their nominations. You looked through these.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. A lot of expected stuff for me. There are at least a few great Adam Sandler movies, is what I was trying to say.
Sure. Yeah.
The Golden Globes. This means it's kind of
Thank
like
you, Tim.
the official start of Oscars season, of awards watching.
Oh, Michael Pollock. I want him to win.
Who's Michael Pollock?
He has a lot of stuff with John Bellion.
Oh, Kiss the Sky from The Wild Robot. I like that movie.
I want to win. That song we were listening to in the car by Kim Petras, Minute. Shout out. He produced that and made that song.
Sure. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
No, you don't.
I do. It took me a second. Yeah. You have to forgive me. I could only hear half of these songs. The other half of the songs, you were busy explaining the songs to me.
I was pointing out that John Bellion's a good producer.
He would do this every minute and a half
because he's a good producer.
Anyway, I'm mostly bringing this up so I can make fun of the Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award, which is just the movie where they you get nominated if you make money, I guess, which is so stupid.
So Wicked's gonna win.
No, I don't know what's gonna win here. Probably Inside Out 2. Maybe? I don't fucking know. It's such a silly category, especially because Dune's not on there. Dune made $700 million.
Did you see the video of Timothy and Nardwuar? And he's picking out.
No, I didn't see that.
He's picking out albums.
Okay.
Rare albums.
Okay.
And he thought Nardwuar was going to give it to him.
Okay.
And he goes, I have to. Well, Dune did well.
Yeah, Dune did do well. It made $700 million. Yeah. And the reason it's not on there is because apparently the studio has to submit it for consideration. What are we doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing? I find the award condescending. We're only awarding you because you made money. It's just so they can make people watch.
Yeah.
But that memeans Oscar season has started, and I like predicting the Oscars. I host an Oscars party every year.
I'm never invited.
I've invited you. What are you gonna do? Get on a plane? With what money?
That'd be. All right.
I got you there, huh? Yeah. Karate Kid's Legends. I'm not even gonna try. I have no segue.
Go back.
Okay.
Say the insult again.
With what money?
Dude, I'm gonna karate kick you in the throat.
Karate Kid Legends.
Oh!
The official trailer dropped. You watched it, right?
Yes.
I thought you were about to say,
I
watched Cobra Kai.
I watched Cobra. I actually haven't.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Apparently it's great. So, I wasn't interested in this at all until the trailer played in front of a movie I was watching, and I actually watched the trailer. And I was like, what the fuck? Why does this look awesome?
It looks so good.
The action choreography looks great. What the hell?
They cast an actual martial artist to play the martial artist.
What, Jackie Chan? Or Ralph Macchio?
No, the new guy.
Oh, yeah, that helps. Oh, you didn't like Jaden Smith? I hope Jaden Smith comes in the post-credits
scene. Bigger than me, stronger than me, and he's a little bit taller.
Stop. I hope that Jaden Smith shows up in the post-credits scene of this movie I'm here to talk to you about the Karate Kid initiative.
He's not a JB song with me.
You're not funny. Get here, I need you. You
know what else we need?
Karate Kid at Legends. I think it looks good.
That's great.
You know what else we need?
Kenan Thompson. You know another Thompson.
We need the next Spider-Verse movie. I know.
Okay.
My segue made more sense.
I know.
Spider-Man Beyond the
derail it.
Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse taps Bob Persichetti and Justin K. Thompson to direct. Bob Persichetti was one of the 3 directors on Across the Spider-Verse. Justin K. Thompson was one of the 3 directors on Into the Spider-Verse.
I love Persichetti. A little bit of cheese on top and
I should have gotten a hotel. Anyway. Yeah. So apparently they've been working on the movie for a while. Yes. It's not like they just started production today.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm intrigued
And weird after all the delays that all of a sudden they just now said,
there's a different director set, because up until this news was announced, we were all under the impression that the guys that did Across were making this one too.
Yeah. They kept delaying it, and I'm figuring they already had directors.
Yeah, but now, and again, allegedly, according to Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they have been working on this for a long time. And it was just now today announced, which is typically true when someone's announced to be working on a movie in the trades and stuff. That doesn't usually mean they were just starting that day.
Yeah.
That usually means that the studio is okay with officially announcing it then. I'm curious as to why they've gotten a director from the first movie and a director from the second movie.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, there's one from each. I literally said that. You're not listening to me.
I was still focused on you saying I had no money.
It's okay.
It's true.
It's okay. I'm curious, what does that mean? Does that mean they're going to tap into some stuff from the first movie more?
No, I think they're just trying to make it more, because I think some people didn't like some of the stuff in the second one.
I liked the second one better than the first one.
I didn't.
I liked the second one better than the first one, but the best scene in either of these movies is the leap of faith scene from the first one.
100%.
But the second movie, to me, it's a higher high the whole way through, but they don't get anywhere close to the peak of, What's Up Danger, Leap of Faith.
Because they just dove into nostalgia again and stuff. Nostalgia and just multiverse.
Nostalgia into what?
With showing Danny
for like a single scene
and
for a single cameo,
different things like that. I didn't really dig.
James, you like No Way Home. Shut the fuck up.
Toby knows no bounds.
Okay, I get that, but I wouldn't say it relied on nostalgia. That's a very uncharitable reading of the movie.
Not that, just different. It's just
there's like a couple
movie.
Barely.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it. I liked it at the time. Just thinking back of it, I definitely am more fond of the first one by a long shot.
That's fine. Your description of the second one is insane.
I was dressed up as Spider-Man, so maybe my tights were a little too tight and I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, on your head, maybe.
Yeah. It's also after a day of Comic-Con. I've seen this movie twice.
References the movie?
I know, I liked it. I enjoyed it enough.
I'm curious to see where they're going when they're bringing directors in from both of the movies. That's curious to me. I'm curious to see what that looks like. Either way, I'm really excited for the movie. I'm sure it's going to be good to great. Probably great.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is all the movie news I had on our docket written down. So before we end today's show, does anyone in the chat, anyone at all, have anything they want to ask us about with movies? There's some movie news we talked about that you missed. Is there a recent release that you maybe want to hear me talk about? We'll give the chat a moment or two to say that. In the meantime, we went to the Statue of Liberty today. That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Met some cool people in line.
Yes.
Said they'd watch this, but then James gave them the wrong time. You misheard me. Okay. You misheard me, or because I know I told you 9 p.m. because I remember also telling you, you said 9 p.m. I said 9 p.m. You said our time or Central Time, and I said our time.
No, that happened with 8 o'clock.
No, it was 9 o'clock because then I said 8 p.m. Central.
You didn't.
I did say that.
Yeah, maybe.
They said they were going to watch tonight, but they probably got confused because the show started an hour later than they were expecting. Oops. Oh, well.
Oops, all berries.
Oops, all berries. But yeah, that was really cool, seeing the Statue of Liberty. Tanner, what are your thoughts on the Santa Claus, 1994? I did just watch this a couple days ago. It's a great movie. It's really cute. It's more a movie about divorce than about a guy becoming Santa Claus. Yes. Which all great kids movies are secretly about divorce.
Bambi.
What? I don't think that's divorce. I think that's about your parents dying.
What's the divorce? They're dead to me anyway.
The Santa Claus 1994 is a good movie.
Correct.
All right. Well, if nobody else has anything they want us to talk about, I can take us home. That's the end of Jump Cuts. Thank you so much for watching this live. If you're watching this live on Twitch, bringing the show live is a really exciting thing. This is our last show for the year.
Ooh.
We launched it in September, but this is a show I've been wanting to make since Bomb Squad Productions started. So finally being able to launch it was really exciting. So thank you so much for tuning in live and for all the people that have tuned in several times this year. We really appreciate it. But if you're listening to this on any of the audio platforms we're on in the Monday morning replay, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. How about you leave us a review? It boosts us in the algorithm or something. And if you are listening on audio platforms, how about you mosey on down over to our Patreon, where the $5 tier gets you access to commentary tracks. James and I will be recording one here very soon. Don't say what it is. It's a surprise.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. It's very fitting for him and I.
Yeah.
And we're very excited to talk about it.
Along. It's going to be a little bit of a maybe a sing along.
Maybe a sing along. We'll see. Maybe they're singing. I don't know.
Maybe throw that ass back a little bit.
Okay, we're watching Master of Disguise. No, we're not. Anyway.
Oh, you're about to maybe go on a tangent. Come on.
No, we're not. But the $5 tier gets you access to
commentary tracks. Fun fact about Master of Disguise.
Shut up. The $5 tier gets you access to commentary tracks, and the $10 tier gets you access, or not get you, the $10 tier gets you a shout out to the end of podcast. So,
Mr. Jason dressed as a turtle.
I'm trying to do something. Jesus. Mr. Jason Secord and my mom, Tiny Craft, thanks so much for being our $10 patrons. We really appreciate it. Your contributions help build us towards something where maybe, just maybe, I don't lose money running this channel every month.
Tanya, we love you.
So thank you so much for contributing to our Patreon. If you are watching this on YouTube, thank you oh so very much for watching. We really appreciate it. How about you mosey on down over to the comment section below and let me know, what did you think of the Superman trailer? Are you excited for the Batman Part 2? Are you interested in it being a part of the DCU? What do you think of Christopher Nolan's doing the Odyssey? Are you excited for How Gilmore 2? Or not? Let me know. And finally, should I throw James off a building? Comment below and let me know.
I want him to.
Shut up. And while you're down there, hit the like button so we know how much you like us. Hit the subscribe button so we know how much you love us. And hit the bell icon so you can know exactly when we upload new videos. Thank you oh so very much for watching. We will see you guys next time. Bye!
I slid my ticket across the table and I said, "Sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl."